Hi! In this episode of Civilized Eatin, how to cook healthy, inexpensive, and tasty meals on the road, we're going to tackle sauces and gravies. There's no better way to elevate any meal than with a good sauce or gravy. So let's get to it. Hi, I'm Terry Santra, and I'm the head moose at Purple Moose Designs. So, as I said, there's no better way to elevate any meal than with a sauce or a gravy. And I used to be really afraid of gravies. I just couldn't figure out the secret to making a good gravy at home. Once I did, it's really quite simple, and I don't know how I never figured it out before. But making a sauce or gravy on the road is really not too much different than making it at home on the stove. All you need is 4 basic ingredients. You need flour, you need some kind of fat, you need seasonings, and you need some kind of liquid. The variety of what you do with those 4 ingredients is how you make different flavorings. So what we're going to make today is a baked potato with a gravy and meatball sauce to go over it. So if you watched our pesto episode before, I have meatballs on hand, so we're using meatballs today, but you could easily switch it out and put in some cooked chicken or ham or any other kind of meat, or just have no meat at all, just have a baked potato and gravy, whatever you want. So what we're going to need is our cutting board, sharp knife, salt and pepper. We have our flour, spices. We're going to be using our steamer cooker, but we don't need the lid, just the steamer basket. So I like this one because it's round. There's no square corners for stuff to get stuck in. And then for flavorings, I'm going to use a little bit of stuff from my spice rack, as well as this product. This is Better Than Bouillon. It's a paste. It comes in many different flavors. There's chicken, beef, vegetable. There's a garlic one. This one is sauteed onion, so we're going to use that today. And then we have our baked potato. Now I've already baked this. I cooked this one for about 3 minutes. And so while that's just sitting here steaming, then I would go ahead and make my gravy. So I've already melted about 3 pats of butter in here. Where do you get the butter? Well, if your hotel has a breakfast area, they have these little pats of butter. So that's what we're going to use. So I have 3 of those in here. They're all melted. I'm going to add equal amounts of fat and flour. Now the fat, we're using butter today. You can use any kind of fat you want. It can be oil, it can be meat drippings. If you have a rotisserie chicken, the stuff that's in the bottom there, that gooey gelatinous stuff, that's manna from heaven. You could use that, anything you want, but today we're using butter. So we're going to have equal amounts of butter and flour. So I have about 3 pats of butter in there, all melted, and then I'm going to add about 1 spoonful of flour, and we're going to mix that together and we get a paste. And the key to making lump-free gravies is to get this mixed up well. So we have this gooey mess. Perfect. It's exactly what we want. So now I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper. Not too much salt because there is some in the bouillon as well. But we're going to add a fair amount of pepper here. And I'm going to kick it up just a little bit, and I'm going to use my favorite spice, which is peri peri. So we're going to put a little pinch of that in there. And then we're going to put some of our bouillon in there. I already got a dirty spoon, so we'll use the fork. And we're going to use stuff, a little bit goes a long way. So we're going to use about that much. What's that, about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon or so. I'm just going to mix all that together And then we're going to cook this for about 30 seconds. If I can get it off the spoon. Clean up the fingers. So once that's done, then all we need to do is add we've already added our fat and our flour and our flavorings. Now all we need to do is add our liquid. And today we're going to just use water because the bouillon will create a lot of flavors on its own. But you could also use chicken stock or whatever kind of stock you want. So what we have now is a bubbly goo, which is perfect. Oh, it smells good. So we're just going to mix that up, make sure we don't have any lumps. And then we're just going to add in a little bit of water. How much liquid do you add? Well, that depends. If you're making something really thick, like a biscuits and gravy kind of gravy, then not so much liquid. If you want more of a sauce, then you'd add a little bit more liquid. We're going to kind of go somewhere in the middle today. Now, as this sits, it will thicken up a little bit. So now we have that. I got one lump in there. I gotta get that out. All right, so we're gonna set that aside for the moment. Actually, let's taste it. Pretty good. Okay, so now we have our meatballs. These are 1/2 ounce meatballs. You can find these in the grocery store freezer section. Sometimes they're in the meat section. I have 4. So we're going to use our sharp knife and we're going to just cut them into, I don't know, 8 pieces per meatball about. These are all cooked, so I don't need to worry about actually cooking them because they're all cooked. We're just going to chop them up into smaller little pieces. And we're going to put that in the gravy. That looks good. And I'm going to add just a splash more water, because it will thicken up. I'm going to put it in the microwave for another 30 seconds or so, and that will heat up the meatballs. All right, that looks good. Oh, that looks really good. All right, 30 seconds. Now we'll get our plate ready. Bring our cutting board back. We're going to take our potato. We're going to cut it in half. Oh, got a little bad spot there. We'll just get rid of that. And we'll just slice into it a little bit here. As I said, I cooked this for about 3 minutes. We'll put that in our plate. Right there. Let me rinse off my fork because it's got a lot of bouillon on there. Oh yeah. All right, so we have our gravy here. This is a nice medium to almost thick gravy with the meatballs in there. We're just gonna put that right on top of our potato here. Get all that goodness out of there. And look at that, in just a matter of minutes, we have a baked potato with gravy and meatballs on top. Give it a little taste here. That's my lunch today. There you go. Be sure and hit like and subscribe so you can hear about future videos when they come out. And if you can't find any of the products that we've used here today, be sure and check out the description of this video. There will be links in there to where you can find them online. So thanks. See you in the next video.